to Decolia Channel. Step into a world where time slows down and every corner tells a story. In today's Vintage Rustic Home Tour, we're opening the doors to a charming antique cottage filled with warmth, character, and soulful details. Imagine creaky wooden floors, soft linen textures, and decor pieces that whisper history. If you've ever dreamed of turning your home into a cozy retreat, you're about to discover ideas that will completely transform the way you see your space. Right from the entrance, this home sets the tone with a beautifully aged wooden door, complete with iron hardware that feels like it's been there for generations. A distressed bench sits nearby, layered with knitted throws and a woven basket tucked underneath. It's not just an entryway, it's an invitation. Stay with me, because what lies beyond this humble beginning gets even more magical. The living room is where rustic elegance truly shines. Think overstuffed sofas dressed in neutral fabrics, paired with antique coffee tables bearing the marks of time. Old books, ceramic pitchers, and flickering candles create a layered look that feels curated yet effortless. You'll want to keep watching, because the way these elements come together might just inspire your next decor refresh. At the heart of the living room stands a stone fireplace, slightly uneven, beautifully imperfect, and full of character. Above it, a reclaimed wood mantel displays vintage frames and dried florals. This isn't just decor, it's atmosphere. You can almost feel the warmth through the screen, and trust me, the next room continues this cozy narrative in a way you won't expect. Throughout the home, carefully chosen antiques add depth and authenticity. From a weathered trunk used as storage to a chipped enamel pitcher turned vase, every piece has a purpose. These aren't just decorations, they're conversation starters. Keep watching, because we're about to step into a kitchen that blends functionality with nostalgic charm in the most delightful way. The kitchen feels like it belongs in a countryside storybook. Open wooden shelves display mismatched dishes, while copper pots hang above a farmhouse sink. The cabinetry, slightly worn and painted in soft muted tones, adds to the lived-in appeal. If you've ever thought your kitchen needed a makeover, what's coming next might change your entire vision. Adjacent to the kitchen, the dining area centers around a large wooden table, its surface marked by years of gatherings and memories. Mismatched chairs add personality, while a simple linen runner ties everything together. A vase of wildflowers completes the look. It's intimate, inviting, and incredibly inspiring, and wait until you see how the bedroom carries this same warmth. Soft, layered bedding in neutral tones creates a peaceful sanctuary in the bedroom. A vintage iron bed frame stands proudly, complemented by weathered nightstands and antique lamps. The textures here are key: linen, cotton, and wool all working together. But don't get too comfortable yet, because the decor details in this space are what truly steal the show. Lighting plays a subtle yet powerful role throughout the home. Think warm, golden glows from table lamps and delicate wall sconces. Nothing is too bright or harsh, everything feels intentional and calming. It's the kind of lighting that makes you want to linger. And just wait until you see how natural light transforms the next space. Large, slightly imperfect windows allow natural light to flood the rooms, highlighting textures and tones beautifully. Sheer curtains gently diffuse the sunlight, creating a dreamy atmosphere. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest elements have the biggest impact. Stay with me, because the bathroom proves that even the smallest spaces can carry incredible charm. Clawfoot tubs, aged brass fixtures, and ceramic basins bring a timeless quality to the bathroom. The walls feature subtle textures, and small details like glass jars and folded linens elevate the space. It's both functional and beautiful. And believe it or not, the decor accents scattered throughout the home tie everything together even more seamlessly. From woven rugs to chunky knit throws, texture is everywhere in this cottage. These layers add depth and make each room feel inviting. Even the smallest corners are thoughtfully styled. You'll start noticing how these elements work together, and the next section reveals how color plays a surprisingly subtle role in achieving this look. Soft whites, earthy browns, muted greens, and gentle grays dominate the color scheme. Nothing feels overpowering, everything blends harmoniously. This palette creates a calming backdrop that allows vintage pieces to shine. But don't go anywhere, because the way greenery is incorporated into this home takes the entire aesthetic to another level. Dried flowers, fresh greenery, and simple branches in vases breathe life into the home. These natural elements soften the rustic edges and add a sense of freshness. It's proof that you don't need elaborate arrangements to make a statement. And just when you think you've seen it all, the final touches reveal the true magic. Handwritten notes, framed photographs, and heirloom pieces add a deeply personal touch. These elements make the space feel lived in and loved. It's not about perfection, it's about authenticity. And if you're wondering how to bring this look into your own home, the next section will give you that final spark of inspiration. Start small, incorporate vintage finds, focus on natural materials, and layer textures thoughtfully. Don't rush the process, let your space evolve over time. The beauty of rustic decor lies in its imperfections. And now, as we wrap up this tour, there's one final thought that brings everything together. This vintage rustic cottage isn't just a place, it's a feeling. It reminds us that a home should reflect who we are, where we've been, and what we love. Every worn edge and antique detail adds to its charm. So as you leave this tour, ask yourself, what story does your home tell, and how will you begin rewriting it?